Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Scarlett Stone, and for over 15 years as a urologist and senior health specialist, I have dedicated my life to helping men reclaim their vitality. Today, we are going to have one of the most important conversations we've ever had. I need your full attention because the information I am about to share is urgent, and it could fundamentally change your health, your confidence, and your intimate life in ways that I promise will shock you. We are going to talk about a simple daily habit that millions of men believe is helping them, but in reality, it is systematically sabotaging their performance in the bedroom. I am talking about your morning cup of coffee. What you are about to learn is not something you will hear from your family doctor, not because they are hiding it, but because it is often overlooked in the rush of modern medicine, which favors prescriptions over prevention. My mission, the very reason I started this channel, is to bring this critical medical information to light. I am here to stand against the tide of generic advice and the deliberately overlooked science that the pharmaceutical industry would rather you not know about. They profit when you are treating symptoms, not when you are solving the root cause. Think about it. The statistics are staggering. Over 85% of men over 50 in America start their day with at least one cup of coffee, following a routine they believe is harmless or even beneficial. But the clinical data shows a different story, a darker story. The science shows that for a man already dealing with the natural stresses of aging and life, this morning ritual is the exact opposite of what your body needs to maintain peak male function. It's time to understand why. Now, let's go directly to what I see constantly in my practice, to the real-world frustrations that bring men into my office every single day. Just last week, a gentleman, a 62-year-old man who has built a successful business, sat across from me with a look of complete defeat. He said, "Doctor, I don't understand what's happening. I'm doing everything right. I exercise, I try to eat healthy. My wife and I have a wonderful relationship, but in the bedroom, my body is betraying me. It's like a switch has been turned off. My primary doctor just gave me a pamphlet for a prescription, one of those little blue pills. I don't want to rely on that. I'm worried about the side effects, and I feel like it's just a Band-Aid. It doesn't fix the real problem. Is there really something natural I can do that will make a difference? Something that gets to the root of this?" This question, filled with frustration and a desperate hope for a real answer, is one I hear almost every day. And the answer is a resounding yes. All right, let's start with the physiological reality that your doctor probably never explained completely. Difficulty with erections is not just about low testosterone or simply getting older. That's a dangerous oversimplification. In reality, for most men over 50, it's primarily caused by 3 specific physiological disruptions that your morning coffee habit makes infinitely worse. The first is hormonal chaos, specifically cortisol overload. Cortisol is your master stress hormone. Your body naturally produces a spike of it in the morning to wake you up. But when you pour jet fuel on that fire with a blast of caffeine, you send your cortisol levels into the stratosphere. This puts your body in a chronic, low-grade state of fight or flight, a state of emergency. The second disruption is vascular constriction. This is a direct result of that cortisol spike. In a fight or flight state, your body thinks it's under attack, so it tightens your blood vessels, shunting blood to your major muscles so you can run or fight. This process, called vasoconstriction, is the physical opposite of what you need for an erection, which requires relaxed, wide-open blood vessels, a state called vasodilation, to allow blood to flow in and stay there. The third disruption is nervous system imbalance. An erection is controlled by the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It's a state of calm and relaxation. But that cortisol and caffeine combination slams you squarely into the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight system. You cannot be in a state of rest and a state of emergency at the same time. Your coffee is creating a physiological war inside your body every single morning, and your sexual function is the first casualty. So what is the solution? It is not about adding another pill to your regimen. It is about replacing the destructive habit with a constructive one. I call it the cortisol-balancing morning elixir, and it's a simple, powerful, and natural replacement for your coffee that addresses all three of those disruptions directly. It is made of 4 key components. The first is a compound called theobromine, which you find in its highest concentrations in raw, unprocessed cacao. Unlike caffeine, which is a harsh vasoconstrictor, theobromine is a gentle stimulant that is also a powerful vasodilator. It actually helps to relax and widen your blood vessels, directly promoting the blood flow you need. The second key component is L-theanine, an amino acid found in high-grade matcha green tea. L-theanine is remarkable because it promotes a calm, focused mental state by increasing alpha brainwaves. It effectively blunts the anxiety-inducing effects of stress and helps to keep that morning cortisol spike from getting out of control. The third component is a class of compounds called Macamides, which are unique to maca root. Macamides work as adaptogens, meaning they help your body's endocrine system, particularly your adrenal glands, become more resilient to stress. This helps normalize your hormone production and prevents your body from overreacting to daily stressors. The fourth and final component is cinnamaldehyde, the active compound in true Ceylon cinnamon. This compound helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels, preventing the sharp spikes and crashes that are another hidden source of stress and cortisol release for your body. The protocol is simple. Exactly 1 tablespoon of raw cacao, 1 teaspoon of organic matcha powder, 1 teaspoon of gelatinized maca powder, and a half teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon mixed into hot water or an unsweetened nut milk, consumed within the first hour of waking. Let me give you a specific example of this protocol in action. A patient of mine, let's call him Robert, a 62-year-old executive, came to me in despair. He was a 3-cup-a-day coffee drinker, under immense pressure at work, and his intimate life with his wife of 35 years had all but disappeared. He was exhausted, stressed, and felt like less of a man. Conventional medicine had offered him nothing but a prescription. I explained the cortisol connection, and we implemented exactly this protocol. He replaced his morning coffee with the elixir. The results were extraordinary. Within just 4 weeks, he reported the return of consistent morning erections for the first time in years. Within 3 months, his self-reported scores for confidence and performance had improved by over 80%. We even did lab work. His morning salivary cortisol test showed a 35% reduction in the peak spike compared to his coffee drinking days. This story isn't unique. The science backs this up. A 2019 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men with chronically elevated morning cortisol were 2.5 times more likely to report erectile difficulties. The British Journal of Urology published a paper in 2021 showing that theobromine from cacao improved blood vessel function in men over 50 by an average of 15% in just 8 weeks. Research from the International Journal of Impotence Research in 2022 demonstrated that daily L-theanine significantly lowered stress markers and improved erection quality in men reporting high anxiety. And finally, a meta-analysis in the American Journal of Men's Health from 2023 confirmed that adaptogens like maca root significantly improve the body's resilience to stress, a key factor in maintaining healthy erectile function. Now, to make this work for you, there are 4 simple keys to success. Write these down. Key 1, you must ditch the coffee completely. This elixir is a replacement, not an addition. You cannot put out a fire while still pouring gasoline on it. Key 2, consistency is non-negotiable. You must do this every single morning for a minimum of 90 days. It takes that long for your adrenal system and your hormones to recalibrate from years of being overstimulated. Key 3, the quality of your ingredients is essential. You must use raw, non-Dutched cacao, ceremonial grade matcha for the highest L-theanine content, gelatinized maca for better absorption, and true Ceylon cinnamon, not the common cassia variety. Key 4. Timing is everything. You must consume this elixir within the first 60 minutes of waking up. This is when your natural cortisol is rising, and you want to meet that wave and manage it, not let it turn into a tsunami. And before we close, I want to mention something crucial for people who are committed to this protocol but want to ensure they're getting optimal support. This elixir works excellently alone, but its effects can be significantly enhanced with specific targeted nutrients that amplify its benefits. For those looking for gentle but effective support, I recommend a product called Nitric Oxide Foundation. It contains powerful doses of L-Citrulline and beetroot extract. Its purpose is simple. It supports the production of nitric oxide in your body, which is the master molecule responsible for vasodilation, further enhancing the blood flow and vessel relaxation that the elixir begins. It's a perfect partner. For those who want complete optimization, who want to address every possible angle to accelerate their results and build a comprehensive foundation for male health, I recommend the Advanced Vitality Formula. This is the solution for comprehensive benefits. It contains 5 key ingredients: Ashwagandha, a master adaptogen that further reduces cortisol and stress; Panax Ginseng, a legendary root for boosting energy, stamina, and sexual function; Zinc, a mineral that is absolutely critical for healthy testosterone production; magnesium glycinate, which calms the nervous system and is essential for achieving that relaxed parasympathetic state; and finally, pine bark extract, one of the most potent natural boosters of nitric oxide known to science. Together, these ingredients create the perfect nutritional foundation for the Morning Elixir protocol to work at its maximum effectiveness. You'll find both options linked in the pinned comment and video description below. I urge you to look at the science for yourself, because regaining your confidence and vitality isn't about a magic pill. It's about removing the obstacles that are holding your body back. Educational content for persistent symptoms. Consult a professional.